Last year, we had over 40 kids participating in Kids. Throughout the year, the kids focus on a different ministry every month. During the month, we had 1 week where we learned about the ministry and how they make a difference in the lives of others. The next week, we talk about what we could do to help them, either by making a difference for them or helping out in their ministry. The next week, we put our plan into action and do what needed to be done. Last year, the kids helped 7 different organizations and raised over $2,000 on top of the items that they gave. Some of the things they did were Christmas shoe boxes, where we sent 50 shoe boxes to Operation Christmas Child. Raised money for public schools to buy school supplies, warm clothes and boots by selling hot chocolate and gingerbread kits. Provided games for New Hope clients to have a fun Mardi Gras celebration. Painted flower pots and planted flowers for people to deliver with a Meals on Wheels. Had a bake sale to raise money for the fire department and police station. Had a food drive for Community of Concern Food Pantry, and made a joke book for Sunnybrook, which is now Addington Place. This year for Kids, we're planning on reaching out to different community organizations. We have already had the Community of Concern come out and talk to us about how thankful they were for the veggies that were planted during Vacation Bible School. We also talked to them about donating pies for their Thanksgiving dinners. This month we are working on Christmas shoe boxes again. VBS is another one of our big ministries. We had 78 kids register this past summer. 40% were from our church, 40% did not have a church home, and 20% were from other churches in the community. Besides having the 78 kids, we had 47 awesome helpers. The kids partnered with the Community of Concern Food Pantry, bringing in 127 canned goods and raising $1,427 and planting fresh vegetables in a garden, which Clay and Carol kept going throughout the summer and brought fresh produce all summer long to the food pantry. The impact that Kids is making in this community is great. Thank you for your support.
Good morning, church family. This is Jason Bush, the youth director here at our church. Our church youth group allows us to plant seeds in these youth of our church with the hopes that the seeds blossom and the youth continue to do God's work here on earth. This past summer, the youth group was able to take a mission trip to Loveland, Colorado. We had 5 youth take advantage of this wonderful opportunity, and we're hoping this number grows this upcoming year. On a normal Wednesday evening, we have 12 to 14 junior youth and 5 to 8 senior youth attend youth group. One activity that the youth did last year was hosting a game night with some of the residents from New Hope Village. Everyone was able to enjoy an evening of fun and fellowship together. This coming December, the youth will be able to go to Swan Place for a Christmas party, where we will have a pizza party and then sing some Christmas carols with the residents. The youth group has also made cards that included youth group photo to send to the shut-in members of our church, letting these shut-ins know that we are thinking about them. On other evenings, we have fun nights that allow the youth to strengthen their relationships with each other. Events like our fall festival a few weeks back let the kids have some fun together, along with an opportunity to invite other youth to come and see what our church youth group is all about. We had 4 kids attend the fall festival a few weeks back that had never been to our youth group before. These inviting opportunities allow not only our youth group the opportunity to grow, but also God's kingdom here on earth to grow as well. Of course, our youth group also spends time growing closer to God by having lesson nights, where we take a look at how God tells us we should be living our lives. We also talk about the struggles that these kids encounter in their lives as teenagers and how God can help them overcome these struggles. As you can see, the youth group of our church seeks to strengthen relationships with God, with each other, with other members of our church, and with our community. I want to thank all of you for your continued support for our youth program here at the Carroll First United Methodist Church.
One of the responsibilities of the Mission Committee is to send your donations where you have indicated they need to go. This congregation supports mission at 4 different levels: international, national, conference, and local. Internationally, the committee uses undesignated funds for missionary support. Larry and Jane Keyes are both now retired, but still serving as volunteers at African University, so we will no longer be paying their support. But members of the congregation continue to designate support for the African University. We will continue to support the ministry of Francine Ulunga in the Ivory Coast. When the war in Ukraine broke out in February, the congregation responded generously with their Lenten offerings and have continued to designate their support for Ukraine through UMCOR International Disaster Response. Nationally, the congregation has supported UMCOR Response USA with donations toward both the flooding in Kentucky and the hurricane devastation in Florida. Another way this congregation has responded nationally is through donations to the UMCOR cleaning or flood buckets distributed through Midwest Mission Distribution Center. You also donated items toward the Thanksgiving In-Gathering kits, which are distributed by Midwest Mission. This year, the number of kits has exceeded past year's donations, and the Mission Committee greatly appreciates all the time given by the United Women of Faith, Kids, and both youth groups in packing the kits and delivering them to the Greenfield In-Gathering site. Your generosity of time was needed not only for the in-gathering kits, but also essential in the bleacher wood project. 7 men from this church assisted in removing the bleacher wood from Kemper Catholic Church. Jeff Hunnell drove to Omaha to load the bleacher wood donated by Marion High School. Then he and Lisa delivered the wood from both schools to Midwest Mission, where 8 other members of this congregation were volunteering their time. At the conference level, you have designated generously to the Iowa Disaster Response when a tornado touched down in Norwalk. The Mission Committee has used undesignated funds to support Bidwell Riverside Center and Hawthorne Hill in Des Moines, which our confirmation students have visited on an annual basis. Locally, Pastor Terry distributes the donations to the Pastor Discretionary Fund, but a large share of your local support is to the Community of Concerns and the New Opportunities food pantries, with your donations in the grocery cart, with garden produce and cash donations. This fall, over $500 of school supplies that you donated were distributed to local children through New Opportunities. The Kids are currently raising funds to furnish the pies for the Thanksgiving meals that are distributed by New Opportunities. Family Resource and New Opportunities will distribute the toys and clothing you place under the Christmas tree in the East Entry. And in December, we will once again offer the warm tree for clothing donations for Fairview students. So whether your donations are given for international, national, conference, or local concerns, you become the hands and feet of Jesus by caring for his children.